For more on Barnes & Noble and John Malone's interest in the company, we welcome Porter Bibb. Porter is managing partner at Mediatech Capital. He has 15 years of investment banking experience in media tech and the entertainment industry. So, Porter, in your mind, is this a tech play or a retail play?
It's both. And
Can it be both, though?
Well, it's got to be both, because Barnes & Noble has 785 retail stores, and that real estate is prime real estate across the country. They also have a hidden gem. They own 685 college bookstores, over 80% of the college market. And for BarnesandNoble.com and for the Nuke and for anything else that they bring into the market in the technology field, those are the first adapters. The college market is absolutely primo.
Yesterday, on a conference call that Liberty held with investors, Greg Maffei, the CEO, was talking about Barnes & Noble and how it could be potentially something akin to the Apple Store, which Greg Maffei said generates more revenue per square foot than any other franchise in America. Is that a dream world, or is that even remotely possible?
No, it's very much possible. Right now, you can't carry that dream on one or two products. The Nuke and its high-price color version and the plain version, but all you have to do is add a whole array of accessories and other electronic products, and you've got a home run.
Okay, I think that home run, I mean, I really hesitate to introduce my own skepticism here, but that home run has to be a little bit harder to hit than your garden variety shot out of the park, Porter. Apple is an ecosystem. Apple is more than a brand. Apple is a universe. Apple is something aspirational. Yeah. Barnes & Noble has none of that right now.
That's right, but they do have one big advantage. They've got a great brand name, and they've got price. The new color is half the price of the bottom iPad.
But it doesn't do what the bottom-end iPad does.
It does a lot.
Not yet.
It doesn't have a keyboard. You can't do email, but you can watch Netflix or other movies and TV. It's very, very fully thought out, and it's a big surprise, frankly, that Barnes & Noble would be this technologically adept to put a product out there that's as good as this one is. It doesn't have the gingerbread Android advanced mobile system. It's 2.2. They've got to upgrade that, but don't be surprised if they don't drop a keyboard into the new color and make it a low-cost tablet.
So is retail then the key to make the tech bet work? Because if you think about other tablets, there are a host of other would-be competitors to Apple, right? Samsung, HP,
that's right.
BlackBerry. They don't all run on Android. Motorola, for example, but some of them do.
Right. The
difference being, unlike Barnes & Noble, they don't have this retail franchise.
That's precisely the appeal of Barnes & Noble, and that's why you're going to see not only Ron Burkle making a big play for this besides Liberty, but there are going to be others that step in, and probably a lot of private equity guys as well.
Porter, one of the obvious questions is, why didn't anybody figure this out before? If John Malone is right, why did Barnes & Noble fail to sell itself in an auction sponsored by Ron Burkle last year?
They couldn't see the forest for the trees, for the simple reason that Barnes & Noble, everybody in the world thinks of them as a hard copy print sales operation, and that business is going away. And nobody was paying attention while the Nuke was gradually gaining some traction against Kindle.
Is Malone going to face some competition here? Is it a foregone conclusion that this company needs to sell for more than $17 a share?
Well, it's already
the market is saying so.
It up, and I think.
But do you see would-be rivals to John Malone?
Oh, absolutely.
Who else might ride in here and make a competitive bid?
Well, first of all, it wouldn't be crazy if Microsoft or Yahoo or Google, one of those guys that doesn't have a tablet right now that works. I mean, Microsoft has tried it, Google has tried it.
It'd be hard to see Microsoft coming in and buying an Amazon device. I'm sorry, an Android device.
But at $1 billion or thereabouts,
this is chump change?
Yeah, it's chump change. And you're covered. I mean, John Malone said yesterday, this is going to cost them probably $500 million in cash because they can leverage the real estate. And it's going to be a very interesting. Lynn Riggio has built himself a very nice scenario for a payday.
It's a fascinating story, and imagine that if Microsoft came in as a would-be bidder. Porter, always great to have you here on the Inside Track. Porter Bibb, managing partner at Mediatech Capital Partners. We're talking about John Malone's $1 billion bid for Barnes & Noble, and Porter says either he or somebody else is probably going to have to pay more.